Okay, so listen, I have a channeled message that I included in another video about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Something that you guys need to do, one of the kind of like ritual type things, is to let go. There's a ball of energy that a lot of you are carrying, okay, that it needs to go. It's negative energy. It's negative stuff from childhood, probably connected to past life, because all of, this life is a culmination of all past lives. And you're healing all your past lives in this one. Everything that's ever happened to you has been a signal of past life. Nobody knows this, but except for, if you're on here. But they bring up all kinds of stuff anyway. Like, no one talks about me, even if it's like different, But it's just us, and this thing is really important. The way God explained it to me was you need to find a way, and it's different for everybody, because not everybody lives near the woods, not everybody's, some places are very public and that, so, but you have to get rid of this. It's like a ball of rage from injustice, it can be from, childhood or early adulthood, can be even up to now, things that are frustrating. The problem is, why it needs to be released is it cannot go where you're going, okay? You cannot take this with you. You've got to drop it and get rid of it. And the way it was explained to me was, God said, tell them not to judge it. Tell them not to stop it. Don't make it pretty. Don't make it appropriate. You need to get this out. And just three of the, suggestions, it was, you guys need to go scream it out, okay? And it needs to be really ugly and awful. You need to give that pain a voice. That's what you're doing. And if you guys in sessions with me, you hear me talk about this, okay? It's come up a lot. You need to find a place, God said, either like the edge of the woods and scream it out into a pillow. I know you guys kind of laugh about that, but it's, if you live around a lot of people, you don't want, you don't want to scare anybody, okay? Or like in the car with the radio really loud, preferably not while you're driving, you have to be careful, but the way this needs to come out, and the way that the voice that this pain needs to have is like primal. It's like, it's not going to be pretty. You're going to make sounds that you didn't know you could make. But this energy has to go, okay? It's part of the clearing process. It's part of like ego death, dark night of the soul, whatever, shadow work, whatever you want to call it, right? Same thing. You need to get that vibration out, because it can't go. So like I said, the way that God explained it to me was, it's gonna sound like, really do the ugly cry, the ugly scream, do it, safely and productively, okay? It's like, I hate you because, you did these things to me. You're giving that, you didn't have a voice back whenever, okay? This life is a culmination of all past lives. So everything you went through in this life is all connected to past lives. It's all signals, so you know what to heal, okay? That's why you get triggered, so you know whatever's still in there needs to go. But what I was hearing is that the lots of different type of light beings, okay? It's not an easy place to be. And as long as we have this duality, it's not an easy place to be. And you guys have gone through a lot. So, but you can't have this in your body, and it's time for it to go. So, it's going to sound really gross and awful, and God said, don't censor it. Don't say all the ugly words that whatever that pain in there needs to say. What you did was unfair. I fucking hate you because you're blah, blah, blah. I hate that you did this. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Okay? And you can put, a circle of light around yourself and let your team know, like, okay, I'm gonna go do this. Please, transmute it and receive it and appropriately, and take it from me, and replace it with light, okay, and healing. So that's going to be really important. This has to go. You can't bring it, because one of the other things that God told me was, this is showing up in people's daily lives, and it causes responses to like stupid shit, right? That you wouldn't normally be that upset about, but you're getting super upset and super triggered because we're at the place where light is blasting on it, and help the block move through, okay? But it feels like, some people can write and burn, they can do other ways of doing it, but some of you need to do the primal scream, okay? You need to do the scream and the words and the unfair and the whatever you went through in childhood, whatever, this is the time to release it, okay? And then always when you do a release, you intend that you replace with light, okay? You put light in that place, because you can't have somewhere with nothing. That something's going to fill in, and you want to choose light on purpose, right? So put light there and fill that place so that you can move forward. And then I feel like that's going to help a lot of you not to have these over amplified reactions to things. And you also, 5D is about truth. It's your throat chakra. It's going to be your true self, your truth, you speaking it, it's you being your truth too. It's not just voice, okay? But that's why we're here. That's why we're at that place of you've got to give this pain. A lot of the pain is feels like solar plexus area and the lower 3 chakras, but it feels like, okay, it's up here now, and we've got to clear that out, because it's you can't do it anymore, and really you can't do it anymore, right? You don't want to carry stuff that doesn't belong. So so that 5th density, that truth, you're going to be speaking. The second part of this that I wanted to talk about was you're going to be compelled to speak your truth to people, and you may be blurting it out, right? Like, I'm tired of holding this. You can't hold it anymore, right? There are things that need to be said, and they can be said with, kindness and compassion, or, in different ways, or assertiveness, where you are asserting your boundaries because you're done putting up with whatever, fill in the blank, right? And it's you that's bound to happen because you're coming into your power, right? How can you be in your power and still be putting up with a bunch of bullshit? Right? We speak the truth here. Sometimes it's not always easy, but just like in my sessions, I'm very direct, and it's a place where you speak freely, and you just are who you are, and you don't have to have any masks, you don't have to have any make believe you're someone else, we don't do that. This is truth, okay? Your true self, your real self. But just know that your true self is connected to God, is connected to Source, okay? That's your higher self. Your higher self used to reside in 5D. 5D has moved down, and now it's here. So the ickies have to go, okay? You can't take it with you. And acknowledge that whatever you went through was not fair. You did not deserve it. You didn't. That once you move this out, then you can accept who you really are. You can be who you really are, and wherever you are, just you being you. That's it. Okay? Like, this is the magic that is me. So be yourself. Give yourself permission to do that, but get that ball of energy out. Okay? It's shaking loose, if that makes sense. A lot of anything not built on solid foundation, anything fake, anything that isn't aligned, it's all like, rattling loose and then gonna be released. So this is part of it, that ball of energy that needs give that a voice, okay? Give it a voice and purge it and get it out. And you're gonna feel much better. And then you take in as much light as your body can hold, okay? And you reassert your connection with God. Take a nice Epsom salt bath, okay? Do some nourishing stuff, some nourishing things. Really good meditation, good food, hydrate with electrolytes or Celtic salt. But self-care is primary right now, okay? So I'm going to leave you with that, but fill yourself with love. That's what's coming in anyway, and that's really the only thing that's ever going to matter. Okay? Love you.